I have a situation here dealing with a connection, and it looks like in this connection, when you guys first met, it feels like both of you felt this possibility for a fulfilling relationship, a fulfilling connection with that Nine of Cups underneath that King of Pentacles, or that King of Wands there. But it looks like the King of Wands went in another direction instead. It looks like they decided to wait it out, even though there was a massive potential for fulfilling opportunity here with this Nine of Cups. It's not quite yet the Ten of Cups, but it is the Nine of Cups that could head to the Ten of Cups, and both of you recognize that, because I do have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands here. But here's the thing, is that the Queen wanted to move before the King did. This King is facing the other direction. So it's almost like the King decided to ignore the potential that was there for the both of you and decided to go forward somewhere else. But it looks like their energy is starting to turn around, because I do have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups that came out together. Now, I thought that this was a marriage potential between other people, like, for example, third-party situations, but I'm very much feeling that it's not now, because I see now that we have both a King of Wands, a Queen of Wands, a King of Cups, and a Queen of Cups. And to me, what this signifies is that it started out very passionate, it started out very heavy, it started out very hot and intimate, and there was a lot of attraction here. But this King of Wands may not have been paying attention to that, because they were paying attention and focusing on the things that are in their past and not the things that are forward before them. But they are starting to move out of that energy. They are starting to move into this Knight of Swords energy, because we now we have the Knight of Swords heading towards the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups that fell out together. So this King of Wands felt the connection with this Queen of Wands, who felt the connection and the potential for the relationship, but the King of Wands was just focused on something else in their past and was too distracted to let this energy engulf them. I'm like hearing like burning fire flames, like burning, engulfing in the flames is what I'm hearing. So it's not that this didn't start all hot and heavy, because it did, but that King of Wands was just so focused on something else and couldn't focus on what was before. Okay, so this is part 2 of the reading I just did in regards to this King of Wands not immediately recognizing or paying attention to all the possibilities. Even though they felt the possibility there, they chose to turn their blind eye to it. So here's what's going on now. This Queen of Wands here, she is facing forward, so it does feel like she felt and was more aware of what was going on here than this King of Wands, and she was ready to progress things. But now it's almost like there's a decision here that needs to be made on her end on whether or not she's gonna progress things, because this King of Wands is getting turned around. He is now turned around, fantasizing about all the possibilities that could be happening here between the two of you, and is ready to take action, because we have the King of Wands moving to this Knight of Swords, moving to the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, which fell out at the same time. So what that signifies to me is that he, even though wasn't paying attention beforehand, he's now starting to recognize, okay, this is a relationship that is meant for me. And so he's ready to head over to this energy of being together with this Queen of Wands and this Queen of Cups, or this Queen of Cups and this Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Wands is moving into like a faster pace. Like, even though she has a decision, like, do I want, like, it's not, I don't feel like it's a decision of, do I want this? It feels like it's a decision of, am I gonna entertain this again? Am I gonna do this? Because I want to move faster than what this King of Wands was. And so she's sitting here on this decision, like, do I do this? The both of you could be feeling like there is a fear here due to a sense of, is this the right person? Even though you both know that they're the person for you, it's like a sense of, what if this person turns out to be a false person? What if this person doesn't turn out to be the person that I thought they were? The Queen of Wands and this Queen of Cups here is feeling this energy of the past life connection. So they know that there is something familiar about this person, and that they could easily slip into moving again into a faster pace with them, and moving again into feeling safe with them. But it's like, am I gonna do that? Am I gonna entertain this? Because we have the Six of Cups. There's memories here that the both of you are sharing with one another. Okay, go to part 3. Okay, so this is part 3 of the reading I just did. So this King of Wands is ready now. They have turned around and is ready to head forward, entering into a phase of so what I see is that the both of you are entering out of this passion to allowing your emotions to take over, right? Even the Queen of Wands, I feel, was more... No, I can't say that. I feel like the both of you were guided by just raw, intimate passion. And so it wasn't enough to turn the King of Wands, right? Until they were started feeling their emotions. Once they started feeling their emotions here with this King of Cups, that's where things started to really turn around. Is like, okay, I have this recognition that I do have emotions for this person. And the Queen of Wands as well is moving into this energy of recognizing and feeling emotions. And so now that the both of you are feeling these emotions, there's this recognition of wanting to move into a relationship. And it's almost as if the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands were two separate entities, and then now it's just this King of Wands recognizing that this Queen of Wands has emotions for them. And so the King of Wands is like, oh my gosh, this person, they're seeing you now as the Queen of Cups, right? So the King of Wands moving into their emotional body has allowed them to recognize you just not as a Queen of Wands, but also as a Queen of Cups, if that makes sense. So now they're wanting to move into a relationship because they're moving from their passionate body into their emotional body, and their emotional body is opening up their heart space, and their heart space is saying, oh my God, this is a Queen of Cups energy, this is a Queen of Wands energy. We are literally matching one another. We are a match to each other. And I want a relationship with them. I want to be with them because now I have the Four of Wands with that Hierophant right after, and the Six of Cups with the Three of Cups right after. And that's about celebrations under that Hierophant. That's about marriage. That Four of Wands and that Six of Cups is about past life marriages. It's about bringing this into a marriage and having abundance and going out on dates. Okay, so this is part 4 of the reading that I just did. And what I'm feeling is that the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, right? They had this connection that was just rooted in so much chemistry, rooted in so much lustful energy. And if there was a separation here, it has allowed this King of Wands to recognize that the Queen of Wands has always been embodying this emotional energy towards them. And I feel like they didn't realize that the Queen of Wands was embodying this emotional energy because they were so focused on their past. But if there was a separation here, that has allowed this King of Wands to recognize that the Queen of Wands has always been this Queen of Cups. She's always been this Queen of Cups. She has always embodied these emotions, but they were unable to recognize that because they were so focused on the past. And that recognition of the Queen of Wands embodying this Queen of Cups has allowed this King of Wands to enter into their emotional body and realize that they actually do have emotions for this Queen of Wands energy that is basically the Queen of Cups. This recognition has allowed this King of Wands to enter into their emotional body and embody the King of Cups, and this is now allowing this King of Cups and King of Wands to recognize that they want a relationship with this Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups person. This connection is very much rooted in the past. It is rooted in past lives. It is as if the both of you have had a past life, and that is why the both of you feel so connected to one another, because you have had past relationships in past lives. And that's why the both of you have had this recognition, like, okay, there's this intense connection. Not only is it intense, it is a connection that has happened quickly. The reason that this King of Wands, King of Cups person has been holding back is because they are hurting, because they have had so much trauma from past relationships, but they want to release that trauma in order to move forward with this Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands person. And they want a fulfilling relationship, and they can see the potential now. They can see the potential now because they're no longer focusing on what is in the past. And now they're having these fantasies about where this connection could go. And because of those fantasies, they are recognizing that this is what they want. This is what they desire. And they're wanting to move forward because they can see now the potential that this relationship has.